Good morning, everyone. Let's get in this kitchen and get started. Okay, we're going to start off with breakfast, and I'm going to be making some breakfast tortillas this morning, some breakfast tacos this morning, because I have everything I need for it, and I have some stuff I need to get used up. So, we are going to start off with some breakfast tacos. And get the show on the road this morning. I got the eggs out. I'm going to do some I'm going to slice up an avocado. I got my tortillas, my homemade tortillas out. We are going to, what are we going to add in there? I have, you know what? Remember that bacon that I cooked up in one of those videos? Well, I'm going to use a little bit of that bacon in there. I have some onions in here that I need to use up. So we are going to take this onion that I have. If I can find where I have reached in to get it. Yeah, you're going to see me off the air right now until I can figure out how to get this onion back. Because y'all know that I am working on being able to see correctly. And it's quite frustrating, to be honest. This waiting for the surgery because I'm going to use my because it just is. It's frustrating. Okay, it is what it is until I can get the surgery completed. So I've got the onion. I have some tomatoes out of my garden that I'm going to throw in. And I got one here, and I got some of these peppers out of my garden as well. So I'm going to throw in some of these peppers, not this hot one. This hot one is I'm going to save for salsa. But let's get some of these peppers that I have out of my garden. Peppers and tomatoes that I have out of this garden. And we're going to add these into my breakfast this morning. And we're going to do that this morning. So remember the other day I had to get rid of one of my chopping boards because it was curling up on me, and so I had to get rid of it. But it is what it is in my house, so we're going to do another chopping board that I have, and I'm going to bring you down here, and we're going to get this these tomatoes out of the garden and these peppers. We're going to get these chopped up and ready to go into the breakfast. Let me get everything out I need though before we get started. We got my pan out, and I'm going to bring you right on over here. Well, guys, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I diced up some peppers, some onions, and some tomatoes. All came out of my garden except for the onion. The onion did not come out of my garden, but the peppers and the tomatoes did. And I'm grateful for what I got out of my garden. And so next I'm going to bring you over here, and we're going to put this in the skillet. Want to saute it in. I'll bring you right on over here. And let's see if we can get, yeah, we can get it in the frame. Yeah, all right. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you right on over here. Yeah, right on over here. Pop this up one. There we go. And that way you're completely in the frame while I'm sauteing this. And I'm gonna get my griddle going in the center and show you how this griddle works that I love. And I did say I was going to add a little bit of this bacon in here. So let's get some of this bacon chopped up. And really all I need is about 1 piece of this bacon. So go in here. I'll chop up this bacon. It's already cooked. Remember, we cooked it earlier in the... So, alright, the bacon is done. Put that in there. And I was talking about my my chopping blocks, my chopping boards, and that I was having trouble with them because they're quite frankly, they're worn out. And so that's one of the things I'm going to have to put on my list to get myself this next month. Some chopping boards that I need. And so I've got the peppers and the onions and the tomatoes and the bacon going. And now I'm going to toss in these eggs. And get those in. Mix that in there. Throw in some pepper. I do like me some pepper in here. And I don't know if I recorded this part, but those peppers that I used were actually sweet banana peppers in combination with, it looked like maybe a little tiny bell pepper. Because my peppers grew pretty well this year. I did have a lot of peppers this year. Enough peppers and tomatoes that I made me enough salsa and stewed tomatoes for the year. Alright, so my griddle is hot. I can feel it. So I'm going to make them 2 of these breakfast tacos. So, 2 of my homemade tortillas. Yeah, they're not round. I can assure you that. I never learned how to do that. In all the years that I worked with people that were Hispanic people, in all the years I worked with them, I could never get my tortillas to come out round. Never could. I tried, but I never could. Eggs up. I'm done with those. So, as clean as I go. I'll put the eggs up. And while I'm in the process of doing that, I'm going to locate the cheese that I want. And the cheese that I actually have available to me right now in my refrigerator is mozzarella cheese, so that's what I'm going to use. This is done. We're not going to overcook this. Alright, now what I'm going to do with this is get that mozzarella cheese. Right over the top of that. We're just going to put a little bit of this mozzarella cheese in that. Go ahead and melt down. And what I used was simply Great Values mozzarella cheese, already grated. Now, you see that the tortillas are on the stove and they're heating up. So, what I'm going to do is, yeah, I got some dirty dishes in my sink. You can see that. But I'm going to bring you back over here. And square you back up over the cutting board. Just like that. And we're going to get busy on this avocado. And we're going to take a look at it because some of them have been brown when I cut into them. So we're going to see how it looks. Alright, so it is partly brown. And so let me show you what I do when that happens. First thing I'm going to do is take this seed out. I'm going to pop that right down in the sink. And I'm going to cut this just like that. Brown side on that side, good side on this side. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Cut that just like that. And then I'm going to flip these tortillas because they're warm on that side. And I'm going to shut the burner off because the residual heat will finish heating that. I'm going to get a spoon and a fork out to take care of this avocado. And this is the way I've done it for years. There's many ways that you can do this, but this is the way I've done it for years. Get a bowl out. I'm going to take and pull the avocado out of there, leaving the brown section inside because I don't need it. I'm going to do the same thing here. Now, people have asked me, is this, is that brown section bad? And the answer, quite frankly, is probably not. It doesn't look pretty, but it's probably not bad. I wouldn't call it bad. You could eat it. Now, if it's completely molded, then no. But it's on the verge is what's happening with that. And so I'm not going to serve it up to myself. What I am going to do, however, is mash the rest of this up. Some of it had a little brown on it, and that's okay. It's okay. The way I like my avocado is simple. I like my avocado mashed up, and once you get it mixed in, you really can't tell that there was a little spot that was brown. Okay, once you get it mixed in, and the more you squish it, the creamier it gets. So, I do not make guacamole. What I do is squash the avocado up. Then add a little salt. And you were wondering what I was doing. That's the vision problem. I have to get it to where I can see it. And so you can see that I do need the surgery. So I am getting it done, I promise you. So a little salt, and that's the way I like my avocado. Now, I am going to take and put all this in the sink. Okay. I clear all this and put it in the compost that I have behind the camera. Get all this cleaned up. And then I'm going to bring in the plate. We're going to plate up. All right. So, start with a tortilla. Take some of this avocado, spread it on the tortilla. Then half of that mix, which is 1 egg. And then, on top of this, I could use my salsa that I made, but I'm not, because I have sauce that I need to use up. I've had it in my refrigerator for a while, and y'all are going to think this is crazy, but it's something I need to use up. So that's what I'm going to use. Yeah. Taco Bell sauce. And since I'm going to have two, I'm going to use 2 Taco Bell sauces. Yes, people. I'm working on using up what I have in my refrigerator, so then I can move on. Okay. So, I've squished it like that to get it mixed up. Open it up. Over the top. Over the top it goes. And I'm going to set that there for right now. Close this up. And people, there's the first breakfast taco. Here it is. I'm going to pull the second here off of the griddle. It's in the middle of my oven, my stove. Do the same thing. The avocado. We don't waste avocado in my house, ever. So all of this avocado is gonna go on these breakfast tacos. All of it. We don't waste it. There are ways to keep this from turning, and I use it when I make avocado for my family for events, but for me, just here in the house, no. Nope. The way to prevent it from turning is to put a little lemon juice or lime juice in it, and it'll keep it from turning. That's a trick. And then here goes the rest of that egg mixture right on top of there. There it is, nice and cheesy, and that cheese is just stretching all over the place. Okay, and the second Taco Bell sauce. Yeah, just like that. And that, my friends, is breakfast on a Wednesday morning. Hang in there and we might make something later. All right, everyone, we're gonna get back into my kitchen. I'm gonna get my apron on. And we're gonna talk about what I'm gonna be making while the dishwasher is running. And we're going to be using up something else out of my reserves. That's my goal for the next, I don't know, month or so, is to use up the food that I have frozen and in my pantry. Not use it all up, but use some of it up. And so we're going to get in here. One of the things that I have is ham that I stored in my freezer on October of 2022. And so we're going to get this diced up and into some scalloped potatoes. I have this that I need to use up, so I'm going to make a casserole out of the scalloped potatoes and the ham. And that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's a Kroger brand. It was a leftover from the food pantry, and so I'm going to get it used up. I reuse these aluminum pans. Sometimes from the food pantry, I get like ready-made meals in these pans, and instead of just tossing the pan, I use it until I can't use it anymore. And so I'll reuse this pan over and over again with different recipes until, you know, it forms some kind of a hole in the bottom of it, or it can't be used again, and then that's when I toss it. And that way I'm not just wasting it by tossing it after I get done with it. I'm reusing it as much as possible before it goes into the trash. I'm going to start by spraying the pan with a little olive oil so nothing sticks. And then simply, I'm going to quite simply follow the recipe on the scalloped potatoes, but I'm going to add in the ham that I have and make a casserole that'll last me for probably 4 meals. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use all of this ham in here to get it used up. Like this, see, I bake a whole ham. When I bake a ham, I bake a whole ham, and during the holidays, like during Easter and during Christmas, you can pick up hams after the holiday at a really cheap price. And I do that repeatedly every year. I go in and buy an extra ham or two. That way, I get the ham for the next holiday, whatever it is, at a cheaper price. And I just pop it into the freezer. And then I have ham for several meals throughout the year, just like this. And I'm cutting these up. I'm dicing them up pretty small, because that's the way I like my ham. When I dice ham up, I like it really small. You could do a lot with these hams, by the way. When you get them at a reduced price after holidays, and just toss those things into your freezer to be used throughout the year. During the summer, they make a great ham salad. Those of you that like ham salads, they're great to toss into different types of casseroles and make quick meals out of. Just like what I'm going to do here. And you can put as much or as little ham as you want in the casserole. And I said I was going to put the whole thing in here, but let's see how much this makes with the amount of potatoes that I'm going to be using. I might use another part of this. I think I am. I think I'm going to use this part. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to dice it all up. And then we'll decide on how much I'll put into this casserole. That's kind of how I roll, decide as I go. But I want to go ahead and dice this up anyway while I'm here. And then what I don't use, I can just put into a container in my refrigerator, and it'll go into another meal later on. A lot of ham for this one casserole. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to find a container. Now that I'm looking at this, y'all see this? That's a lot of ham for one casserole. So I'm going to do half of it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do half of it, and the other half I'm going to put back into this bag. And I'll put right back into the refrigerator for another meal that I will prepare by tomorrow. We'll see. I can use it in breakfast. I can make a ham salad out of it instead of a tuna salad or a chicken salad, which I'm working my way through this chicken and tuna salad. So I might just go ahead and make myself a ham salad out of this. So half of it will go into tonight's dinner. The other half will go back into my refrigerator. So you go ahead and put this in the fridge behind you. And we'll keep moving. And I'm going to wash my hands. Y'all know I wash my hands constantly all the time. Tonight we've got all kinds of water going on. right. Now, let's look at this box and see what it tells you to do. Preheat oven to 450. I'm going to get this going because it's hot here in Texas. 450 is a hot oven. And start. Okay, preheat oven to 450. All right, I need 2 cups of boiling water. So, y'all can see my kitchen because it's reality here. So I need 2 cups of boiling water. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my measuring cup here. I'm going to do 2 cups behind you, behind the camera. I'm going to put this in the microwave and get it boiling. That's the quickest way for me to get this boiling. Let's do 3 minutes. Get that done. And underneath my feet, you're going to find my dog. All right, so we got that. And we're going to do it. Yeah. We're going to get that going, and then it's going to call for a tablespoon of butter, which I have over there. 2/3 cup of milk. We get the milk out. I can measure up 2/3 cup of milk right now. Get these bites, get out the way. Yeah, my dog is up underneath my feet. Okay, we're gonna do my measuring cups. I keep them really close to me. And it says to put it all in the casserole dish, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do, this is a 1/3 cup, and I need 2/3, so 2 of these. We'll do it. What else does it call for? So 2 cups of boiling water, a tablespoon of butter, and 2/3 cup of milk. All right, so the 2/3 cup of milk is in there. Check on this water. See, is it boiling? It is close to it. Let me see. Not quite boiling, but it's close. Okay. All right, we've got the water very, very hot. And I'm going to bring it over here. And we are going to get the butter out. I'm just going to use one of these. That is about a tablespoon of butter. Put that in there. And we are going to pour this very, very hot water right over the top of that butter. Get it melted down right into this pan. Okay. So I'm going to bring you guys in and let you see looking like. All right. bring you right on over here. And tip that thing right on down there. Yeah. I'm learning how to use this stuff. Okay, so you can see that the butter did melt. Then I'm going to add in the contents of this. Which is the way I do this is this. It's like this. This is kind of a powdered cheese, which is fine, okay? And so I'm going to add this powdered cheese in there. With all the seasonings and everything, that's what I'm looking for. Is that pack that has the seasonings in it. And we're going to fold that back into the box. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go a whisk out. And we're going to whisk that cheese and try to get it broken down as much as possible. And basically what this is it is dehydrated cheese, because I did look at the ingredients and it does say cheese on it, so this is dehydrated cheese. And we are basically reconstituting the dehydrated seasonings in cheese. And now most of the clumps are gone. You can see that. That's what I was looking for. And this is how to take a side dish and elevate it to a main course, is by adding in some meat. For those of you that are on a tight budget, I'm sure that this box didn't cost more than $1.50. I'll have to go look it up to see what it is at Kroger's, but they usually run between $1 and $1.50. And you can elevate a side dish that's intended for a side dish into a main dish simply by adding the ham that I'm going to add. Then these are basically dehydrated potatoes, as you can see. And what we're going to do is just add these in here. And I'm going to make sure that they are all underneath that milk and water. And you can see my oven says 450, so it's ready to go. So it's underneath there. And then on top of that, I am going to add in the ham that I diced up. And in one dish, you have one vegetable and a protein. So all you really don't need anything else to go in here. But if you want a second side, then you can do. I thought I diced that up, but it didn't dice up really well. So I'm just going to come in here and break it up a little bit more, like I like it. And spread it all out like that. Wash my hands. Got a lot. clean soap that I just washed my hands. I went ahead and washed this chopping board quickly. And then this is going to go in to the oven carefully. Into the oven. For 25 minutes. Timer. Not 30. 25. And the timer's on. And I'll bring you back in 25 minutes. All right, everyone. The oven is beeping. So let's pull this out and see what it's going to look like. Yeah. There we go. I'll turn this off. Turn the oven off. And we're going to let this cool and let it thicken. And then I'll bring you back when we got it plated up. Yes, everyone, we got this plated up. And yes, all that cheese is going into my belly. All right, good evening, everyone. It is about 6:30 in the evening. I've been filming all day. Been working on breakfast. I had a little chicken salad for lunch, so I didn't film that. And then this evening I made some scalloped potatoes with ham and some broccoli cheese that I had left over from yesterday as a side dish. And yeah, that's a lot of cheese on my plate, but I love the cheese, so this is a splurge for me. So now I'm going to get busy at my computer. You can see in the background that I've got my, I've got my Tylenol back here. I've got what's left of my drink here. I've got some Kleenex back here, and I've got some lotion back here. And yeah, these are the things that I use pretty much all the time. And yeah, over here, yeah, look at this. I've got some antacids for my stomach. Every once in a while I need it. That's an old camera I don't ever use. It's sitting there to remind me that it is going in the trash soon. All right. You guys have a good evening, and I will see you on the next video. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you to please watch the entire video, because I do see on the data that people are not watching the entire video. So please watch the entire video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I do read the comments. Thank you again.